Tom Brady is probably the most unathletic man to ever step foot on a football field, but he is incredibly smart. He is incredibly accurate. Tom Brady is like, he's like the undisputed GOAT. I came to get down. I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around.
Jump around. Jump around.
Jump around. Jump up, get down.
Jump up and get down.
Jump. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we will not be doing in here. You may be thinking to yourself, Zach and Dylan, for the all four of you who are watching on YouTube, Zach and Dylan, you've painted the walls.
We did, and we just painted them.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We didn't paint the walls because
Didn't paint them.
This is my new crib, my new apartment. El Casa de Zach.
New 20 square feet apartment.
From this wall to that is all my territory.
Yeah, what you see, there's like 2 feet of space between us, and that's
it.
That's all the real estate Zach owns.
Yeah, there's one toilet there. There is a fridge there.
Joking. This place is pretty sick. Zach just got a new crib.
Yeah.
Anything else this important happen in your life recently?
No.
Probably not. Okay, great. I want to address something else. You guys might be thinking, Dylan, did someone steal your hair in the middle of the night if you're watching this? And yes, I woke up, had no hair.
He's bald if you can't see.
But no, I got a haircut yesterday, and it's kind of just like, it's a super short version of what I had going on. I just kind of got sick of the long hair. And I really liked the way it looked yesterday, but now, I mean, I still like the way it looks, but yesterday it looked so good. I thought I was going to be hot forever now, but today I just woke up and it looks like I need to wear a hat. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on there, but
I think you're beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That song Jump Around is it's from Turbo, right? The snail movie. Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't think I've seen that.
It's like I love the concept of the movie. It's like it's snails that are fast, and then this snail is so fast that he like enters in the Indy 500, and then I think he wins in the end. That's a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen it, don't listen to that.
That's touching. How is that movie, like 30 years old?
No.
How old is it?
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking,
I mean, that song is.
It's definitely not.
Old.
It's definitely not 30 years old. The song was like retro when they used it. I would say the song's probably, or the movie itself is probably like maybe 10 years old.
Yeah.
Let's look this up because I remember watching it when I was in like middle school, and I thought the movie was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't remember nothing about it.
2013. You ever seen it?
No.
It's a fantastic movie.
Hey, y'all.
Ryan Reynolds is the main character.
I'll have to check it out. In snail form?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Hey, that's probably the best looking snail ever.
It is.
Probably the most handsomest snail. Hey, by the way, if you're out there, if you're watching, go ahead and comment what you think of my haircut. Let me know if you think I should change it up, if I look hot, if I look presentable. Email us about it at 30percentpod@gmail.com. You might notice we have some different chairs. We're in these wood babies this week. We upgraded from lawn chairs to real wood. So we're on the come up, basically, is what we're trying to say.
Holy
and
cow.
Nobody can stop us at this point.
This movie has quite a lineup. Sorry, I know you've moved on, but like
No, I was just trying to stall until you pulled it up. So
okay.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is the main character, and then Maya Rudolph. I don't know if you know who that is.
Not sure.
Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
Oh.
Louis Guzman, he's the guy from Journey to the Treasure Island. You know, the Hispanic guy that like flies the helicopter.
I'm not sure.
He's funny. Snoop Dogg's in the movie. Bill Harder.
Wow.
Ken Jeong's in it.
Oh, nice. He's hilarious. I feel like animated movies always have better lineups than live action movies, don't you?
You know what
because
movie?
Voices?
You know what movie has an incredible lineup?
The
but
B movie.
Flopped?
The B movie.
The B movie does have a good lineup.
It's like Seinfeld, Norm Macdonald. Like it's a ton of funny people, ton of great people.
But Cats Cats had an incredible cast, but it like flopped so
Was it
hard.
Taylor Swift the main in that?
She
Or something like
she
that?
wasn't the main.
She was in it. I didn't watch it because I felt like it was weird. Like I thought it was just weird.
I went with 2 other dudes and watched it. And
Well, that makes it a lot less weird.
yeah, Taylor Swift is in it. I can never pronounce this guy's name, but he was the guy that like replaced Michael in The Office, and he like plays the villain in every movie. This guy?
Ben Lowe?
No.
You
know?
Oh, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Idris Elba. Yeah, he's a
James Corden's in
man.
it. It had like Rebel Wilson. She's in it.
I'm not sure who that is.
She's a comedian. This chick.
Oh wait, yeah. I've
She
seen her
played
for sure.
Tammy in the movie. She looks more like a Tammy than a Rebel.
She looks like
She's lost a lot of weight.
Megan Trainor.
She kind of does look like Meghan Trainor a little bit.
That's what I thought it was for a second. Yeah, but I've seen her in a lot of commercials. She's in. If anybody out there has a Wi-Fi router that you can send over to us, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, we're running off hotspots.
We're running hotspots today.
Here's one thing that I did want to bring up, since we're inching towards Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
This will be Valentine's Day's Tuesday, right?
I reckon it's 3 days from right now.
So maybe you'll listen to this before Valentine's Day because we're dropping this a day late, maybe. But maybe you won't. But I will tell you some good relationship advice, ladies. If you're out there, you got a man in your life, okay? I want you to tell this. This is a secret, okay? I'm dropping some dude secrets here. Ready? Mm-hmm. The best thing in the world, a guy's favorite thing in the world, is to mansplain. Ladies, sometimes it gets on your nerves, but it is one of the best things in the world to a guy. I want you, if you're a woman out there and you're listening, next time you see your guy, I want you to look him dead in the face and say something like, "Can you tell me how concrete works? Can you tell me how rocket ships work? How does gravity work?" Just ask him any kind of question like that.
Hey Zach, I just wanted to check with you real quick. off away from them.
Yeah.
What is? I know I'm a man and everything, but what is mansplaining? What is that? Am I supposed to know?
You don't know what mansplaining is?
I think I probably do it. I just don't know exactly what it is.
So mansplaining.
Can you tell me before you tell them?
Yeah,
because I want to be in on it before I.
Okay, so it was like really big in the media a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And basically, it's where guys where you ask them a simple question.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, what color are these walls?" And then they answer you for like 10 minutes. Like, instead of just being like, "Oh, they're white," be like, "Well, actually, that's not a good example. If you ask them like how to grill a good steak, instead of saying, "Oh, you just put it on the grill, give it a couple minutes and then you're good," they'll like go through every like step and then tell you like where they learned, like basically just over explaining stuff because you love to talk about stuff.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go back to the pod.
Okay.
Man, I love mansplaining. That's my favorite. It's my favorite thing to do.
I don't know why I lost my train of thought because
it's the chick's favorite, or it's men's favorite, and the chicks should do it for them.
You just look at your man and just ask him like anything, just like how does the planet spin? What are we spinning around? What's outside of that? Like, even if he doesn't have an answer for you, I don't know how a particle accelerator works, but if you were to ask me, I'll tell you literally everything I know. I might make up some of it. Who knows?
I'll make up a lot of stuff if people ask me questions. I make up so much stuff. I mean, not even like on purpose. It's just like I think I know it, and I'll let it out. And then later I'll be like, "Was I right?" And I'll look it up, and it's like not even close. Not even 1% on target.
I've done this a lot on the podcast. Like I'll like say something like as if it's a fact, but it's just like if I think it's a fact. If I think I'm pretty sure, like it's a fact.
Yeah, that's
I'll like say something like on the pod, and then like I'll because I listen to the pod. I'm a big fan. I think we're great. That sounds really sad, but like I'll go back and listen to it and be like, yeah, that wasn't right at all.
Yeah, dude. Anytime there's a sports conversation that comes up, if it's a sport I know nothing about. I will talk about the technique and what you have to do to create the most power on your shot or something I know not. Like, it can be like tennis. Like, I know the basics of tennis. I don't know how you're really supposed to play tennis, but I will tell you how to play tennis.
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way with basketball. Like, you know a lot about basketball.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last. I don't think I've ever watched a full basketball game. I don't know. I don't know how to play basketball. I know, obviously I know the basics. Like, you have to dribble, and you only get a couple steps before, like, you get a foul or a penalty or whatever they call it.
Yeah, walk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drum.
Like, you can't walk, and you have to, basically just shoot the ball in the net. But, like, as far as, like, all the other penalties, like, I got no clue. Haven't the slightest.
I can tell by the way you're calling them penalties.
Yeah,
they're fouls.
Haven't the slightest idea. Okay, I think I was exaggerating a little bit. I do know they're fouls, but like, if you start talking to me about the NBA, when's the last time I even watched a second of an NBA game outside of just like some clip that comes up? Probably been 4 years. I remember watching the finals the last time when the Warriors were in it, and I think that was like 5 years ago.
3 or 4.
Yeah, and so. Literally have no clue. But if you tell me, if you're like who's the best, who thinks the best overall player in the league, and some people will be like, well, like I think the undisputed like current player is LeBron James, okay, but like after that, like there are some like Steph Curry, way better shooter than LeBron James. Kevin Durant, you can throw him in that comment. I don't freaking know. That's just stuff I've heard. I'm just kind of like repeat.
It's right though. So I mean, that's it's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Just pretend like and that's how you just kind of skate by in life.
If you don't know anything about sports, I want you to just like take an afternoon, pick a sport, pick a major sport like football.
Basketball, football, baseball, hockey.
Yeah.
Pick one of those.
Yeah, don't go researching into like NASCAR or like water polo. Like, because if somebody starts talking to you about water polo, it's fair for you
punch
to
him in
like,
the face. Actually,
yeah, it's fair for you to be like, I got no clue what you're talking about
because
no one has ever played that. So I don't know. That's not even a real thing. But for football example, I do know quite a bit about football. As far as like players and stats go, I don't know a whole lot,
right?
Because I don't really watch NFL, but I do enjoy watching football. But like, I would just go out and just find some of the top, just like Google like best players in the NFL right now, and then like why they're the best. So like Patrick Mahomes he's not the most like athletic player, but he is incredibly smart with the ball. I'll let you pull out a notepad, take some notes here.
Exactly.
He's incredibly smart. Tom Brady is probably the most unathletic man to ever step foot on a football field, but he is incredibly smart. He is incredibly accurate. Tom Brady is like, he's like the undisputed GOAT. Okay, it's like people like for basketball, like this has come up recently because LeBron James broke the scoring record. Like some people will be like, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Some people say the other way around. Like if you're in a football conversation, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah. Okay,
people kind of debated that, and then Tom Brady got traded to another team that was like having a losing record, and then immediately took him to a Super Bowl win. So there's no debating it anymore.
Yeah, there's not. Yeah. 7 rings. He's more rings than anybody in football. So,
but just like find a couple of like, just Google some like the top players, learn their names, learn what makes them good, and then you can enter in any conversation. Don't lead the conversation. That's where they'll get you. If you try to lead the conversation, it'll go downhill really fast because they'll ask you questions. But if you're one of the people they're talking to, you can occasionally drop a little hint in.
Yeah, and the reason I know it works is because Zach just made up all that stuff, and I believed every bit of it. So,
facts.
Oh, speaking of Valentine's Day, I had something funny happen to me last week. Well, I had something happen to me. I'm not going to say it's funny. I'll let them decide because that's be embarrassing. But so it's it's early last week, and I'm at work, and I get my paycheck, and I know I'm low on money in my bank account. And sometimes I forget about those subscriptions that you forget about for a little. And this is not a Rocket Money ad. It's not. We don't get it.
Truebill or Rocket Money now?
It's Rocket Money now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to be Truebill. But yeah, so I was low on money or whatever, and didn't think about stuff coming out of my account. And so I get my work paycheck. I don't make a lot because I just work for my school, and I made it's like $150. So, I load up my banking app, go to take a picture of my $150 check, deposited it, and then I look and see that my bank account after the check has negative $11 in it. And I was like, how do I still have negative money after my check went in? And then so I look back at my check, and I had like 4 subscriptions came out, and I got a fee for every one of them. And so that was great. And so then, but I had some cash on me. So the next day I was like, I'll run down to the bank. And my bank is only, here. So I had to drive an hour to the bank. And so I drove down with some cash, pull up to the teller window. I went outside because I wasn't going to go inside and let them see me in the flesh with negative money. And then, so I pull up to the window, and I press the button, and probably the cutest girl I've ever seen in my entire life pops up on the screen. And I was like, there's no chance. I was like, no, there's no chance right now. And she's like, what do you need to do? I was like, I need to make a deposit. I mean, a pretty big deposit. It's coming up. So, and she was like, all right, do you know the account number? And I was like, honestly, if you just didn't, I'm going to tell you the account number, but if you just didn't look in the account after I tell you, like, that would be great. And so I gave her the account number. She's like, you have the code word? I'm not going to tell you my code word, but it's cough. And so I told her the code word. And then I know she sees my account at this point, and she is like, it looks like she's trying so hard not to laugh. It was the most embarrassing thing that has probably happened to me. And she was like, how much money do you have that you're putting in? And I was like, I got a little bit. So
$12.
Yeah, I got $11.50, and so I hand her the money, and she's like putting it in. She's like, anything else I can do? Oh, no, she goes, which account would you like this in? Checking or saving? I was like, there's 0 in saving and negative 11 in checking. So I'm going to go checking on this one. If I put it in the savings, I wouldn't have any money to live on. I mean, like, literally a negative $11, my entire net worth. And so I put it in there. And she's like, so which account? And I'm like, I'll go checking today. I was like, yeah, that's good. Checking's fine. And so then I put it in checking, and she's like, anything else I can do for you? Like, offer you a job or anything? And I was like, no, like, I'm just going to go get gas. I'm going to spend all this money I just put in. And so, yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. And I just knew it had to be the most handsomest woman I've ever seen in my life. And I know that, I had no shot, after her seeing I have a negative $11, I could be a billionaire next month, and she still would be like, no, you had negative money last month. So no matter what I do, I'll never recover from that. I just hope to never see her again.
Well, also, that's like, even if you did have a lot of money, I feel like that's really low to shoot your shot with the girl who's like virtually talking to you at the bank.
Yeah, it's not a good play, but I'm in the bank. You in there? I'm about to come in if you're inside. But yeah, no, it was a pretty embarrassing moment, but it was all right. I went to the gas station and cried after that at the pump, and then spent all my money I just put in my account on gas, and I had to drive.
Premium?
Goodness, no. I can't afford a premium gas. It's like $8 a gallon or something.
Yeah, my bank, most banks do. They have like a fee if you overdraft, and so I have like 2 savings accounts. I have like one that's attached directly. I don't even have a checking account. I don't know why I'm set up like that, but I have like my card is attached to my like savings account.
What in the world?
So I don't know if that's bad, if the IRS is coming after me for, whatever. But I got 2 savings accounts, and I can control them both like on the app on my phone. And the first savings account is where I keep, daily money. That's the one attached to my card. Like, I need to go get gas. I'm, getting food or whatever. Like, that's the one that I got that in. And then I got my second one who has, like, significantly more money. That's for, get a flat tire, break a leg, something like that. Got to pull some money out. And so, typically I'll have like $50 or something like that, like in my first account. Sometimes negative $11, just depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
But like I'll have like $50 in there or whatever. And I went to get gas, and I got gas, and like to fill up my car, like $45. So I got like $5 left in that account, but I'm not planning on spending any more money that day. So I don't even think about it until the next day. Like I go to do something, I'll put more money in it. And I'm sitting there, and then the next day I go and I go to put money in the account. I think I was at like the store or something like that. And I looked and it said I had like negative $25. I was like, how do I have negative 20? And I looked, and it was one. I think it was like my Hulu subscription or something like that had came out. And since it overdrafted, I think it overdrafted like 50 cents or something like that. The bank charged me like $20.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mine was $36 a charge. Yeah.
So you actually had what, like $47, negative 47, because you were negative 11.
That was after the check, dude. At the max, I was negative like a 170 or like 160 or something like that.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways.
I don't even know how 4 subscriptions came out on back-to-back days.
Yeah, that's rough.
I didn't even know I paid for that much stuff. I canceled all of it. So
Dylan doesn't have lights in his house
I
anymore.
don't have any. I don't even have water anymore. I took a shower in the creek. I took a shower in the swimming pool outside.
But I was like, I have like a lot of money in my other account, and the bank looked at that and was like, this guy overdrafted.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah,
See, my account. If I have money in the savings, it transfers
mine doesn't
over.
do that.
Oh,
Mine
really?
literally, like I
have
could
overdraft
have
protection.
I could have
is what it's
$30,000 in my other account, and if I go over 20 cents, like it'll pull $20.
Really?
I'm like, first of all,
I guess you don't. Can you set up overdraft protection? I bet you can.
Probably. I need to look into that because it really made me heated because I was like, but I'm like, first of all, that doesn't even make sense because you're like, oh, you're gonna use some of our money, taking $20 more of my own money.
Yes.
What are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
But like, where does the money even go? Like that negative money is already their money I'm taking. So they're like, you know what? We're just gonna take more of our money and give it back to ourselves. What about that? What are you gonna do about that? Like,
yeah, I mean, you just have to
where's
pay
that
them
money
extra.
at?
Yeah, well, yeah, like you have to. You're buying it next time you deposit money. You're buying it.
One thing that
You're increasing their bank reserves. It's an economics term.
Do you ever go? You don't really drink coffee, but do you ever go to Starbucks?
I've been like twice for the pink drink.
You shouldn't say that.
Okay.
Public.
I don't delete that from your memory. You heard that.
Yeah, but like, if you go to Starbucks a lot, or like if even if you like occasionally go to Starbucks, if you open up your Starbucks app, especially like right now since like Christmas just happened like a couple months ago, the majority of people on their Starbucks app will have like $60, like $70 in gift cards because like most people don't know what to get you. They'll get you like a $20 gift card for Starbucks. You get 3 or 4 of those, you got $100 on your account. And I didn't do that math right, but you know what I'm saying.
It's close enough.
And so I saw somebody like talking about this the other day. Basically, like Starbucks has turned themselves into like an unregulated bank because there are a lot of people. Like right now, I think on my Starbucks app, I have like $70 just like sitting in there. And it's like, that's money that Starbucks already has.
Right, yeah.
And so me putting it on the app, I'm literally giving it back to them. Mm-hmm. And so it's like a second bank account, but like just for Starbucks. But they're not regulated like a regular bank. So they can take that money and do whatever they want with it. Mm-hmm. Because you basically just like go to the store and say, I got this much money. They take it out. They give you a drink. So it's like, you know how before banks collapsed, like they would just take your money and then basically just like go to Vegas and just like,
yeah.
And then they would lose it and you'd be like, give me money. And they're like, what money? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
we ain't got money.
We never seen that. We never heard about that.
And that's why your grandparents have money buried in the backyard. But like, who's to say Starbucks isn't doing the same thing? But like, if they get caught though, it's not as big of a deal because it's just like, oh, that's $70. That's 2 lattes you're not going to give me.
My granddad gave me a book. He passed it down to me, and it had money like inside the pages. Like there was money hidden inside of it.
Like a significant amount of money, or he'd be like $1 as a bookmark?
Small amount, a really small amount.
Was it?
It wasn't as a bookmark. It was supposed to be. It was like hidden from the government. And he also gave me a little like watch thing, like what do they call it, like pocket watch, the chain watches.
Yeah.
And under it, he gave me the case for it, and under the watch there was a $5 bill. I was like, "What are you like? What are you hiding? Like what?
Like
what are they gonna do with
the
this?
government's
Like,
not going to come
you
in
can-
and be like,
you can
okay,
just-
search
you
everything
can-
but the books and the pocket watch.
you can just keep this in your wallet.
Yeah.
That's
They're
it.
not gonna come in and be like, okay, give us your money. Like,
Yeah.
imagine being robbed by the federal government. Like they come in like, give us all your money. Who do you call? Ghostbusters. That's who.
I guess so.
So was that the money you deposited? The money you found in that book?
Oh yeah, yeah. $1.
That's why
I found
it's no
some.
longer in the
I
hole.
found some spare change in my car that I put in there too.
Oh, it's impressive.
Yeah. In recent news, New Zealand said Wednesday the police said that they found more than 3 tons of cocaine floating in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean after it was dropped there by an internal drug smuggling syndicate. I'm not sure which ocean that would have been.
You said this specific.
They said it was the greatest financial blow their country has ever seen. Apparently, all their money comes from drugs. That's not good.
New Zealand? Wait, what?
That's what it says, man. I don't know.
We just took a massive turn. We were talking about being negative in our bank account. You're talking about like $3 billion worth of cocaine.
Oh, wait. Maybe I read it wrong. It said, police said they dealt a financial blow to everyone from the South American producers of the drugs, which is not New Zealand. Where is New Zealand? What continent is that?
That's near Australia. Because they sound
On
Australian.
Oceania? Isn't that continent called Oceania or something like that?
Oceania.
But people just call it Australia.
I don't know if you're pronouncing it right, but
Yeah, something like it's spelled like that.
yeah.
But it's people just call it Australia for what? For what
Because
reason?
Australia is like the only thing there that matters.
Is Australia's like a country, right?
Yeah.
Is it so it's like the only
I think Oceania, whatever you're saying. I think that's like the newer name for it because it used to just be called Australia.
Oh, really?
Because New Zealand, people who live in New Zealand sound like they're Australian, but I think it's one of those deals where like if you call them Australian, like they'll like bite
Chop
your
your head
leg.
off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Japanese and Chinese people or something like that.
I was thinking about Australia the other day. I don't know if I could ever deal with living there because the amount of crazy stuff. You know, it's like whatever the world's venomous snake is. Do you know what it is? You know what it's called?
Black mamba.
So I guess the black mamba or whatever.
R.I.P.
If
Kobe.
they're, I think that's what this person was talking about. They were telling me that in Australia, like one of the most venomous snakes ever that could just nick your leg and you're dead.
Yeah.
Just hides like in people's garages.
They have a thing called
What is that? How do they live there? How?
They have a
And they just treat them like they're freaking garden snakes or something. Like they treat that like I treat like cats.
Yeah, but like, even though it's the most venomous snake where they can just like bite you for like a second and you're dead. I mean, rattlesnakes and copperheads is like what we have around here. They're not as venomous, but I mean, I think at that point it's just kind of like overkill because if I get bit by a rattlesnake, like by some miracle I'll survive. Like the chances of me dying are really high.
Wait, really?
Rattlesnake,
Frick,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
And copperheads, and like you can find those like outside.
Have you ever been close to be bitten by a snake?
The only close encounter I've ever had with a snake was like a big black snake. And I don't have a problem with snakes. Now, would I go and pick up a rattlesnake and like, hold it against my face? Probably not. But like in general, like my dad hates snakes.
Oh, I do too.
But me, like I don't have a big problem with them. So like when I was in like middle school, I went to grab like a weed eater out of my dad's garage, and the little guard thing that it like keeps from spraying grass all over you. There was like a black snake curled up in there, just chilling, having a nap, and I like picked it up, and like I guess it like caught my eye, and I like looked down inside it and saw it like curled up in there. So I just kind of like walked out in the garage with it, and like dumped it in the grass. And my dad the whole time, he's like, "There's a snake!"
Dude, that's me. I remember one time I seen my papa kill a snake with a shovel, and like I was hiding in the house.
One time, my dad killed a copperhead snake with the classic, like wooden shovel, like metal, like wooden handle, like metal, and he snapped it in half.
Oh my god!
He swung and snapped a like full
Oh,
wooden
the shovel?
Yeah, like wooden shovel in half.
I thought you meant the snake.
Obviously. I mean, I think he broke both of them in half.
Okay.
I would assume so, or that snake said it. Yeah, he like snapped the shovel in half. He swung it so hard.
Oh, that's incredible.
You thought obviously he cut the snake in half. But,
I
I mean, like,
I don't know. I was confused. I didn't get it.
yeah, you're supposed to like cut their head off, and like they'll still twitch around, but they can't really like do anything because they don't have a head anymore.
I'm freaking terrified of snakes. All snakes are Satan, but to me,
well, just for that, bring them out, guys.
what?
Yeah, I've never had like an issue with snakes or anything like that. But like I think Australian people are posers. Okay, like they have a cool accent, they sound cool, but like I don't think that an Australian guys, I don't think they're as tough as they think they are.
Yeah, probably not.
I was listening to and one of the episodes, I think the only episode Elijah ever recorded. It was just me and him, and we talked about the Great Emu War. I was actually listening to that the other day because there was a joke in there that I thought I had said, and I wanted to re-listen to it. But yeah, if you don't know anything about Australian people, look into the Great Emu War or just listen to our episode. I'm sure everything we said on it was very accurate and not at all what we thought was true, so we just said it out loud.
Exactly. And you can email those thoughts to 30percentpod@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at 30percentpod.
If you're listening, watch us on YouTube because we're handsome.
You can send us donations in the donation link on Spotify.
And because Dylan needs money and I need a Wi-Fi router.
Yeah, I'm 50 cents in the positive in my bank.
Really?
So, yeah.
Impressive.
That's about 30% of a good reason to donate.
Yep.